Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mango Section. I'm here today to bring the review for One Piece Manga chapter 878. And now the first thing I want to talk about is a question that really came out of this chapter for me. Is Pedro actually dead? And now, for me, it is kind of 50-50. I think I've got 2 points that make me think that he could be still alive, and I got definitely got 1 point that makes me think that he is dead. And now back flashbacks usually happen at like certain moments within within the series to make you try to understand why something has happened or why something is going to happen. And in this case, we have a flashback of Pedro when he was a little boy, and for me, it this flashback just really makes me think that this is the reason why Pedro did what he did within the chapter. Well, within the last chapter, I feel like is that it's the words that Gold Roger left Pedro with the addition of him losing time of his life, that Pedro really starts to value life as a whole, and again going into the words that Roger left him, making him think that he has to do something with his life, and there will come a point within his life where, like, he'd have to lay it all down on the line, and this essentially is the moment that Pedro thinks that he was waiting for, and that's why he's willing to sacrifice his life, and that's what I think that that flashback was trying to show, and my 1 point for why I think he could be dead. However, I have 2 points that make me think, nah, Pedro is still alive. He's still alive and kicking. Number one, the Candy Man, as I call him, he survived the blast. Now I know, that's not very solid evidence because Pedro was close to the explosion. I mean, yeah, Pedro was close to the explosion. Candyman was over wherever he was, so that's not very solid advice. But my second piece of advice is more solid, and we've got to roll with it because we have had people within One Piece survive worse. The most best example you can give at a situation like this is Pell from Alabasta, who survived a nuke. So for me, you can survive a nuke, you can survive a few explosions coming off your chest of money. So yeah, so that's two reasons for why I think Pedro might still be alive. One reason why I think he might be dead. Either way, I don't really care. Like I said in my last review, him dying is not something that impacts me because he hasn't had much screen time, he hasn't done nothing impressive, he hasn't done anything for me to personally like him one way or another. So if he's dead or alive, I don't really care, if I'm honest. It's just something to talk about for a few minutes. So moving on within the chapter, we have the next bit I want to talk about is the whole Carrot flashback, where we see why Carrot is so so we see why Carrot is so vexed that Pedro could be dead. I'm gonna say could be dead until we see the body dead and dead. But yeah, why Carrot is so upset about it, why he could be dead, and this is good because it builds on Carrot as a character. We learn more about Carrot, and now I ask myself, and I'm asking you guys now, why do you think Oda is building on Carrot? And I truly believe it is because at some point, Carrot will be a legitimate Straw Hat member. I personally think that when Wano arc is said and done, if Kaido is defeated, when everybody's going their separate ways, because right now we've got Law aligned with the Straw Hats, we've got the Minks aligned with the Straw Hats, we've got the Samurais and the Ninjas aligned with the Straw Hats as well. But once that is all said and done, once one is all said and done, if Kaido is defeated, I do believe they are going to go their separate ways. But it's in this instant where I think Carrot will become a legitimate Straw Hat member. So seeing this little flashback for me was a win. So other than that, we have them preparing for the coup de burst and them launching the coup de burst. So they've gone on their ways. Now the last thing I want to talk about is the whole Luffy versus Dogtooth fight that we get within this chapter, and what we will be getting in the future. Now, the first thing is our first things first. We know that Dogtooth can use his observation haki to somewhat see into the future. He can see in the future. I can't remember if a specific time was given, but I know it's I'm gonna say at least a minute, at least 30 seconds to a minute, because from what I'm remembering, when the first time we were seeing it, he was like, yeah, this and that was going to be said, and then this was going to happen. These things can't happen quickly. So I'm going to say 30 seconds to a minute. But within this chapter, he was easily grabbed by Luffy. And now this bugs me because he can see into the future, and it's that whole thing where, okay, so it doesn't matter if you can see into the future. If I'm moving faster, then you can perceive things. Then I'm gonna get you. But that's not the case because he used Gear 3, and now Gear 3 is Luffy's slowest gear, and he was able to grab him. And it's just the whole thing was done too easy, and I just wasn't feeling it for those reasons. I think it just happened too easily. But regardless of that, he was able to grab him, and then Luffy says to his crew, "You know what, guys? I gotta go with it." Well, he doesn't say that exactly, but he's like, I'm gonna take Dogtooth away, so I can fight him, defeat him, and then come back to you guys later. So he grabs Dogtooth, drags them both into the mirror, and now Luffy's willing to duke it out in the mirror world. So the next chapter is looking like Luffy versus Dogtooth. If we don't, go on to Sanji or somebody else, whatever. My whole point is, 1-on-1, I don't think Luffy can defeat Dogtooth, and it goes again into the whole thing of Dogtooth's observation haki. So yeah, I don't think he's ready for this fight, and I don't want, I never want this for One Piece as well, for us to have a BS victory. As far as I'm concerned, I can put some sort of logic to every victory, not just Luffy, but all of the Straw Hat has had. And now, yeah, I just don't want to be BS. I know, there's this whole thing with Luffy's other Gear Force tank man hasn't really been displayed yet, and there's theory and speculation about a third Gear Force. And now I'm thinking, okay, these things could be true, but are they gonna put him on a power scale where he is now stronger than Dogtooth? And if that is going to be the case, what is a good reason for why he hasn't shown these things before? Why they was on the way to the ship, while he was on the ship, why only now has he decided to whip these things out? So I'm not gonna lie, probably will be a good fight, but I won't want Luffy to win it if it's gonna be 1-on-1. Someone else hops in there, that's fine, that's great, that's a win. Capone, where you at, bro? But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna repeat myself. So for those reasons, I'm a bit worried. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a bit worried. But other than that, that is everything I've got to say. Obviously, they've done the coup de burst out of there now, so it's a chasing game. It never starts being the cat and mouse game, but it's still a cat and mouse game, and they're getting away. Uh, I think we probably will skip to them, to where they're going. I don't think we're gonna have the whole sea chase. At least I hope not, because I don't think that'll be that exciting. But I could be wrong on that. I'm going to give this chapter a 3-star rating and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.